catastrophe. Malthus is important because his ideas led to the rise of a new scientific field that would dominate the course of human history for the next 200+ years. Charles Darwin, an admirer of the Malthusian catastrophe model, developed the theory of evolution, its chief tenet being the survival of the fittest. With the help of T.H. Huxley, known as Darwin's bulldog for his strong support of Darwin's theories were pushed into wide acceptance among key scientific circles throughout England and then the world. Darwin's cousin, Francis Galton, credited as the father of eugenics, saw an opportunity to advance mankind by taking the reins of Darwin's evolution theory and applied social principles to develop social Darwinism. The families, Darwin, Galton, Huxley, and Wedgwood, were so obsessed with their new social design theory that they pledged their families would only breed with each other. They falsely predicted that within only a few generations, they would produce supermen. The emerging pseudoscience was only codifying the practice of inbreeding, already popular within elites for millennia. The four families experiment was a disaster. Within only 2 generations of inbreeding, close to 90% of their offspring either died at birth or were seriously mentally or physically handicapped. The moneyed class of the planet, and particularly the royal families of the world, who were already obsessed with breeding and filled with a predatory disdain for the underclass, seized on the new science and began aggressively enforcing its aims worldwide. Biometrics appears to be a new science, but it was actually developed by Galton back in the 1870s as a way to track racial traits and genetic histories, and as a way to decide who would be licensed to breed. In 1904, the Cold Springs Harbor Research Facility was started in the United States by eugenicist Charles Davenport with the funding of prominent robber barons Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Harriman. In 1907, the first sterilization laws were passed in the United States. Citizens with mild deformities or low test scores on their report cards were arrested and forcibly sterilized.
You're 17, aren't you, Alice?
Yes, but what have you done with my folks?
Well, we're trying to help them, Alice, and you too. They were taken to the hospital this afternoon.
Hospital? Wasn't none of them sick this morning?
We thought it necessary to present your family's case to the State Medical Commission. After an examination, they decided there was but one important action to take: to have your entire family sterilized.
Why, what's that? I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, in this state, we have a law which provides for such people to have an operation so there won't be any more children.
I see.
Now, we've placed your brothers in institutions where they'll be properly cared for. But you can go back to your job soon. I'll arrange to have it held open for you.
But I'm keeping my job. I'm not going anywhere.
Now, you're going to the hospital too, Alice.
And you mean they're going to stop me from having children ever?
Exactly.
I'm all right, I tell you. I won't go to any hospital.
We don't want any trouble with you, young woman. If you refuse to go, the officer here will take you by force.
In 1910, the U.S. Eugenics Record Office was set up.
That's
By
enough.
then, the British had created...
And they take her to trial and decide to go ahead and sterilize her, and it's good. Going back to Mark Crutcher, this is our history. Those that don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Christ said the people perish for lack of knowledge. The truth will set you free. I mean, it really is true. And so finish up with the eugenics in the film Ma'afa 21, but then get into, and of course, love you back. I know your time is very important, sir, to get into the other crimes of Planned Parenthood, because it's not just their sicko eugenicists. The eugenicists hire sickos who like to engage in crimes against children as kind of their payoff to carry out these evils. So it's kind of a court of criminals all working together, each with their different vices they enjoy. The upper echelon control freaks just enjoy the domination of humanity, but their minions enjoy more, I guess, of the field type behavior. Go ahead.
Yeah, what you have to understand is that these people honestly believe that they are genetically superior to everyone else on the planet. It's not that they do this out of hoping that they're genetically superior. They honestly believe it. And so, in their kind of twisted worldview, I don't think many times they even realize how patently evil they are. You know, if a guy is going out here and he's committing rapes on the street or murders or robbing places, if you stop him, if you go to the prison, if you go down to Huntsville and you ask these people, is what you did wrong, is what you did evil, most of them will tell you, yeah, they knew it. They knew it when they were doing it, that it was wrong. But the most dangerous part of this eugenics crowd and this white elite that we have seen around the world over the last 150 years is they honestly believe this stuff. They're true believers. Satan has his foot on their throat, and they don't even understand it. They don't really realize that that's what they're doing. But they are the most dangerous people on the face of the earth. There is no force in the history of mankind that is more dangerous than science and technology that is not restrained by morality. And these people see morality as kind of a quaint philosophy that, yeah, it'd probably be best if the whole world lived by this stuff, but it's not really realistic, and that's not the goal we have to shoot for. And we're morally and intellectually superior in every way to these people, so it's our right to have dominion over them.
That's right. They say it's illegal in their system for you to resist them. You're like, well, I have a right to live. I have a right to not have sodium fluoride put in my water and tell me I got to shoot my kids up with mercury that gives them cancer. And they just go, you aren't intellectual enough to understand that. I've had one of them on the air say, we're going to take over the planet, Alex, and we're going to forcibly re-educate you. And to them, I go, but that's tyranny. No, I'm intellectually more advanced than you, and you just psychologically, mentally can't even measure up to me, so you don't get to make that decision.
Well, it's a part of the arrogance and the gall that I talked about earlier when they say that we have the right as the U.S. government has the right, or actually their argument, it was the responsibility to go out and sterilize 1/4 of the world's female population. They believe that they are the kind of the chosen people. And if the rest of us were simply as smart as they are, we would agree with them. In other words, you cannot be intelligent and reach a different conclusion than what they reach. And this is classic neoliberalism in the 20th century in America.
Yeah, and they say they're very sad about it. Oh, I don't like that we have to shoot the young women up with HIV, but my God, they're going to destroy the earth if we don't. Well, then how about they go kill themselves? Oh, but no. They're the brain trust. They've got to survive. This is just classic extermination. This is just an instinct of a control freak to dominate everybody around him. And I've talked to these people. At the bottom line, they get off on it. They're not trying to educate people. They're not trying to, no, they want to dominate and control. And what I found, sir, is you're going off their own documents. What we cover in Endgame is they don't just have positive and negative eugenics, as they claim. That is making the great race greater and live longer and better looking and smarter. And let's stop the dummies from breeding. It's worse. When you really get into higher level eugenics, they're targeting the smart and the intelligent that they think rival them in the power structure. So really, while they're diverting kind of low level racists that serve them, that, oh, this is just for blacks and Mexicans and Asians and people, while they're diverting them, when you get into higher level text on eugenics and the real operational system that I've studied just from the intelligence on the ground of what they're doing, their real target is actually who they believe the elite most smart people are, and that's Northern Europeans and Jews, because they think those are the groups that are real smart, but they want their elite families to stay in control, so they want to exterminate out those groups because they see them as rivals, kind of like a male grizzly bear will come up and smell cubs and kill the males. Tigers, lions do that. Some species of birds go and kill male baby birds because they think they're going to be competing with them lately. That's actually what they're doing. So for all the racists out there, they're putting stuff in your water too.
Well, it's not what you're describing there is not unlike, if you think about it, Alex, what always happened in countries that were taken over through communist uprisings. One of the things that the communists always did when they took over a country was execute all the people that helped them take over, because they would see them as potential threats and potential rivals in the future.
Oh, that's a great point. Final segment. Sorry, we're having these breaks. Just amazing having Mark Crutcher on. LifeDynamics.com. Our website's Infowars.com. Just just incredible resource out there, and really